Hey guys, what is up? This is Mr. A. Chrissy here, and in tonight's video, this is going to be a 15th anniversary video to this animated film released in the year 2009, and it was also released on this date in 2009 as well, September 18th, 2009. And that is the Sony Pictures animation movie, Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. I actually just got done revisiting this movie on Amazon Prime Video when I actually rented it for about $3 as far as I'm guessing, as far as I remember. And yeah, in my opinion on Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, I think it's still a great movie, and definitely one of Sony Pictures Animation's best movies released prior to the Spider-Verse films. Yeah, it's kind of hard to believe it's been exactly 15 years since this movie first came out. Yeah, and I've actually had this DVD for a really long time, and I remember watching it on DVD a lot of times. Even my mom liked this film too when she first watched it, when we watched it together that one time. Yep, and the movie stars Bill Hader, Anna Faris, James Caan, Andy Samberg, Bruce Campbell, Mr. T, Bobby J. Thompson, Benjamin Bratt, Neil Patrick Harris, Al Roker, Lauren Graham, and Will Forte. And the movie is written for the screen and directed by Phil Lord and Christopher Miller, with music by Mark Mothersbaugh from Devo. Rated PG, and the runtime is 90 minutes. The sequel is actually 95 to 96 minutes for the sequel, Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs 2, released in 2013, and I actually have no opinion on that film. Sorry. All I remember is definitely the first Cloudy movie. Yeah, because it's actually like one of those movies where it makes you feel hungry and craving for food, like hot dogs or cheeseburgers, just like in the movie, or like meatballs or something like that, because like it's the name of the movie, Cloudy the Chance of Meatballs, like spaghetti and meatballs and all that. And plus, I also read the book as well, because I remember reading the book even like after watching the movie, because yeah, this movie's actually based on a book as well. Yeah. And of course, it does have a cool soundtrack too. Not only the music score by Mark Mothersbaugh, but also it has like a good soundtrack of songs like Sunshine, Lollipops, and Rainbows. And there's also a song by Miranda Cosgrove that she performs in this film during the closing credits. And this was actually before Miranda Cosgrove did Margot's voice in Illumination's first movie, Despicable Me, which later spawned a huge franchise. Yeah. And I think Bill Hader and Anna Faris did do a great job in this film together as Flint Lockwood and Sam Sparks. Sam Sparks is actually one of my favorite female characters from Sony Pictures Animation, along with Katie Mitchell from Mitchell's versus the Machines, and yeah, Mavis Dracula, Mavis from Hotel Transylvania. Yeah. And I gotta say, at least that this is also one of the better Sony Pictures Animation films than the Emoji Movie, that's for sure. We don't really talk about the Emoji Movie. But like I said, this is one of Sony Pictures Animation's best movies prior to the Spider-Verse films, like Into the Spider-Verse and Across the Spider-Verse. And I think this movie was actually their third animated feature film. I mean, technically it is their third animated feature film released in theaters, because I think when it comes to Sony Pictures Animation sequels like Hotel Transylvania 2 and like I said, Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs 2, like I think when it comes to Sony Pictures Animation sequels, they intend to be like hit or miss. I mean, yeah, because I used to I actually used to like Open Season 2 and Open Season 3, but then after looking back on them, they're not really good, because they're not really good, and I don't really like Open Season 2 and 3 all that much. Not even Scared Silly, because yeah, even though those are more like direct video sequels, like released here in the United States, but yeah. Yeah, because definitely the first Open Season is still the best one out of all of them, and the only one that matters. Yeah. Oh yeah, and I thought Mr. T was also pretty funny in the film too. I thought he was entertaining in this film, Mr. T, and of course we know Mr. T's catchphrase, "I pity the fool." Yeah, his Mr. T's catchphrase, who plays Earl in the film. Terry Crews actually played Earl in the sequel as well, like as a replacement, like for some reason. Yeah, but yeah, Terry Crews played Earl in the sequel, and while Mr. T played Earl in the first movie. Yeah, because but I remember doing research on the sequel that like back in like 2013, and since I have no opinion on the second movie, I've only all I can say is I've only seen bits and pieces of it. Like I've only seen clips of from the second one, not the whole thing. So sorry about that. I mean, sorry because I just not have seen the whole thing, and and I don't really care all that much since I really enjoyed the first one a lot more. So yeah, even though I've only seen bits and pieces of the second movie, but that's not really saying much. And I also remember having playing the Wii video game as well, because there was also a video game based on the first one, and I remember playing the Wii game as well. Yep, and Neil Patrick Harris plays Steve, who's like the monkey thought translator, like that Neil Patrick Harris plays. And what's also pretty interesting and unique about Cloud of the Chance of Meatballs about the first one is that it actually pays homage to other disaster films. Like there was actually like a couple scenes that pays homage and references other classic disaster films like The Day After Tomorrow, like when the food storm was destroying like famous landmarks and countries and cities and all that. And plus, there was also a Twister reference as well, like the movie Twister, because there was actually like a little spaghetti twister, like a spaghetti tornado during the climax of the film before we get into that connection to The Day After Tomorrow. Because this movie's like not only a comedy film, but it also kind of almost feels like a sci-fi comedy film, even though this clearly has nothing to do with outer space or anything like that. But I think it's probably because I think it's probably because I think the reason this is considered a science fiction comedy film. I think it's mainly because it pays homage to disaster films. Like I said, like two of them, like I said, are Twister and The Day After Tomorrow. And yeah, and the movie does have some pretty unique animation. Like the animation still holds up after 15 years, and the humor was pretty funny at some scenes. Yeah. Yeah, and I can say since this movie came out the same year as Open Season 2 in the United States, I can definitely say Cloud of a Chance of Meatballs is definitely the better Sony Pictures animation movie released in the year 2009, 15 years ago, than Open Season 2 released direct to video in January 2009. It actually first came out in South African movie theaters and in like international countries and theaters. Open Season 2 was actually released in like September of 2008 in international countries like South Africa in theaters. Because down in Africa, South Africa, there's like a little community thing. Because we know the top part of Africa is full of grasslands and all that. Like, the Sahara Desert. I mean, you get what I mean. But all that matters is Cloudy Chance of Meatballs is the good Sony Pictures animation movie released in 2009. And yeah, and of course the opening Columbia Pictures logo variant with the torch lady like Jenny Joseph getting hit with a banana, and then misty foggy clouds like roll into the logo, and then the Sony Pictures animation logo appears. It's actually like a still logo on a black background. And the only time the animated Sony Pictures animation logo used from 2006 to 2011, the only time we see the fully animated Sony Pictures animation logo with that catchy drum beats and with the little some comedic drum beats and comedic music with all those like letters like doing all those cartoony movements and before they form together and before they collapse with a groaning sound. We only see that on the open season films, like because that the fully animated one is the one I'm talking about right now. That's Sony Pictures Animation logo from like that can only be seen on the first two open season films, because Surfs Up and Cloud of the Chance of Meatballs both use variants of like still logo variants. Yeah, Surfs Up and this film right here. Yeah. And of course, the DVD does have some pretty. I mean, there's not really a whole lot of special features. It only includes like both the full screen and theatrical widescreen versions, including a director's commentary with Bill Hader. So, yeah. Yeah. So I think that's pretty much all there is to say for this special 15th anniversary video for Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. So, there you have it. So with that being said, on this day in 2009, Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs came out in theaters. Happy 15th anniversary. And there you have it, guys. That's going to be it for this video. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you're not subscribed yet, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet. And make sure to like this video as well. With that being said, until next time, this is Mr. A. Crizzy saying, goodbye everybody, and that's about it.